What's up guys, Coach Gabe here from CrossFit 9 with Nick Screws. Say hey Nick.
Hello.
Coming at you with today's workout. Our skill work, we're gonna start with a little core blaster here guys. We're gonna go 3 rounds of 1-minute stations. All right, our first station is going to be a ball or light object pass. Our second station is gonna be a plank. Our third station, weighted sit-ups. Fourth station, fire hydrants. Fifth station, side plank leg raises or Jane Fondas. And then your sixth station is going to be a minute of rest. All right, so I'm gonna have Nick here go ahead and demo our ball or light object pass. She's gonna lay back, setting up in almost a hollow type position, right? And she's going to reach up, going for almost a V up, right? So her legs are gonna come up. She's gonna pass that ball with her legs, bring it down, and then bring it back up. These are supposed to be tough, okay? Try and keep the legs as straight as you can. Okay, if you can't keep the legs straight, you can do what Nick's doing here and bend the knees. That's okay. One thing we don't want to see those heels touch the floor. And I want you guys to think of keeping your low back dug into the floor the entire time, all right? Don't let that low back lift. That is our ball or light object pass. Moving on, we have our planks. So Nick's gonna get into a nice active plank position here. You can see her arms are locked out. She's screwing her hands into the floor, nice active shoulder position. She's keeping her legs engaged as well. All right, keeping that nice and tight. Nick, let's show them some bulldog arms. Bend those arms a little bit, sag the back. Yeah, this is what we don't wanna see here, guys. All right, so she would simply squeeze the glutes, all right, and press through those hands to adjust that position. That is your plank. Moving along, we have our weighted sit-ups. Nick here could have a dumbbell, a plate, whatever you have, hug it into the chest and go for your sit-ups. All the way up. Yeah, those weighted sit-ups are no joke, guys. Again, you have 1 minute of these, so don't go too heavy on whatever object you're doing, all right? Again, this could be a dumbbell, it could be a plate, whatever you have at the house. All right, after that we're getting, what's that?
Can I switch the ball?
You can switch to the ball, there you go. You could also do ball sit-ups. All right, then we have fire hydrants. For our fire hydrants, we're gonna get into a tabletop position. Okay, tabletop, there we go, good. So bring the knees down. All right, take the knees a little bit wider apart, good. And then we're gonna fly that leg out to the side, all right? Like you're a dog and you're peeing on a fire hydrant, there we go. That is our fire hydrant. Now I want you to get a little 2-second pause in there. All right, Nick, go ahead, get that knee even with your hip and pause, there we go, good. And now if you can keep that foot in line with your knee, good, bring that foot down a little bit, there we go, good. Those are our fire hydrants. All right. And last but not least, we have our side planks, side plank leg raises, or Jane Fondas. All right. So we're starting with a Jane Fonda. So something out of an 80s fitness video. All right. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can make this more difficult by popping the hips up, going into a side plank on the elbow. Again, lifting the leg, side plank leg raise here. And if you wanted to make this more challenging, you could always extend that arm, going for a straight arm side plank. Don't get crazy. All right, it's an option. All right, again, you're going through that 3 rounds, 1 minute per station. Don't forget that last station is rest. So work for that rest, work all the way through. All right, go nice and slow, make those movements count. On to today's METCON, we're gonna be doing 3 rounds of 20 jumping lunges, followed by 20 ground to overhead. Nick here is gonna demonstrate your jumping lunge. She's gonna get into a nice 90-degree position, all right? So both legs 90-90, and then she's going to drive off both legs, being nice and explosive, switching back and forth between each leg, all right? So that is our jumping lunge. Again, notice those legs are both 90-90, right? She's not coming forward onto one leg, and this is a very, very good modification. If you're not doing the jumping lunges, you can do a reverse lunge back and bring that knee up and through. Those are our jumping lunges. On to our ground to overhead, all right? For our ground to overhead, Nick could go for a clean, a snatch, a curl to a press, anything where she's taking those dumbbells from the floor and bringing them up and overhead. Here we're gonna demonstrate a dumbbell clean. Nick's gonna hinge at the hips, dumbbells touch the floor, extend at the hips, catch in a power position, and press overhead. That is her dumbbell clean. Notice that power position, chest is nice and tall. She's reaching full extension with the arms in her overhead position. Awesome. She could also do a curl to a press, so instead of catching in that power position, it would be more of like a deadlift to a curl to a press. Again, deadlift, curl, and press. Awesome. One other variation we could do would be a dumbbell snatch. Nick here is gonna go ahead, set one dumbbell down. She's gonna start with her feet hip width apart, hand rotated, She's gonna hinge down at the hips, dumbbell starting on the floor, stand all the way up, big pull, and catching that nice solid power position. All right, again, lock that arm out over top, stand it all the way up in between reps. That is our dumbbell snatch. All righty, guys. Moving on the 7-minute mark, you're gonna be going for 3 rounds of 20 grounded jump and touch and 20 weighted step ups. For the grounded jump and touch, you're gonna squat down and then jump up, arms overhead. Let's see it, Nick. So again, squat down all the way up, full extension, really jump. There we go, good. Really make sure we get full extension of the hips, guys. Awesome, that is our 20 grounded jump and touch. From here, we're taking it to our weighted step up. So if you have dumbbells, a plate, whatever object you wanna grab to add load, and then find an object that you can step up on at the house, all right? This could be a chair, a bench, a patio step, whatever it may be. Making sure that whole foot is on the box, all right? And Nick, I want you to try something a little bit different on these step ups. So I want you to step up with your right leg and then lower down with the right leg as well, all right? So that left leg is gonna be the trail leg the entire time. Good, and then switch legs. All right, if you really wanna burn, what you could do here, you could do 5 reps on one leg, then switch and do 5 reps on the other, or even get crazy with it and do 10 reps on one leg and 10 on the other. Those are our weighted step ups. Good stuff. Then on the 14-minute mark, we're moving right along. We have 3 rounds, 20 jumping lunges and 20 overhead press. Nick, you want to demo any more jumping lunges? I'm teasing you, You don't have to do any more jumping lunges. Let's take it back over to the overhead press. All right, guys, on minute 14, we're grabbing those dumbbells, barbells, whatever object you can use for 20 overhead press. Good, again, making sure you're keeping those elbows up. There we go, elbows up, and lock those arms out overhead, all right? We want a nice tight back, no Kim Kardashian duck butt, right? We don't wanna stick that booty out. Keep the booty in, keep the rib cage tucked the entire time, guys. That is our overhead press. Again, at the 14-minute mark, you're going through 3 rounds, 20 jumping lunges, and 20 overhead press.